Oh, good evening. Didn't notice you there. How are you doing? I'm doing quite fine. Thanks for asking. I was just catching up on a little bit of reading, and something that intrigued me was the 10,000 hour rule. Have you ever heard of it? That's okay. I'll explain it. You see, have you ever watched a professional sport or seen a band perform and thought to yourself, hey, I can do that? Well, I've come to find that that may not be as simple as you think. You see, in Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, he discusses this 10,000 hour rule. What's the 10,000 hour rule, you ask? Well, the 10,000 hour rule is just a time frame in which it should take you to master a skill. The 10,000 hour rule simply states that 10,000 hours of practice, wait, let me be more specific, 10,000 hours of dedicated practice. Note the word dedicated. 10,000 hours of dedicated practice is about how long it should take you to truly master a skill, whether that skill be basketball, football, playing the violin, the piano, or even computer programming. You see, there is 8,765 hours in a year. A person with a full-time job works about 2,080 hours out of that year. What that tells me is that in about 4.8 years, you'll have worked your 10,000 hours. So what that says is that in order to master a skill in about 4.8 years, you would need to log about 2,080 hours a year, or basically make that skill your full-time job. So when we sit back and think, oh, yeah, I can do that, or I'm better than this person or that person, think to yourself, have you truly dedicated that much time to a craft? Truly. Well, I've also come to notice that the Beatles, a famous band, between the years of 1957 and 1965, which is a total of 8 years, were estimated to have completed their 10,000 hours. During these 8 years, they completed many tours and concerts throughout Hamburg, Germany, performing approximately 5 hours a night over a few 4-month spans within those 8 years, which had led them to log in about their 10,000 hours, easily said. And in my opinion, I believe them to be masters at their craft, wouldn't you? Another example would be the great William Gates. I know him as Bill though. And Bill Gates completed his 10,000 hours between the years of 1968 to 1975, a total of 7 years. In 1975, he was able to launch Microsoft. But within those 7 years, Bill Gates completed his 10,000 hours by training, learning computer programming, working with others on computer programming, to where he established Microsoft. So there are pretty good examples of how you can reach your 10,000 hours. It just takes true dedication. Becoming an expert is obtainable if in fact you truly dedicate yourself. So don't think that you can't do it. Now, I've come to find myself to be an expert at least one thing, in which I know I've logged well more than 10,000 hours. Many of you have probably done the same, so I think it would be safe to say that we're all experts in this craft. What is my skill, you ask? I believe that skill would be sleeping. As you see, I enjoy myself a good sleep, and I make sure to dedicate myself to my practice very often. Why wear this? Because it's comfortable. Don't judge me. So as you see, I'm even continuing mastering my skill as I take myself to sleep now. Practice doesn't always make perfect, but practice can make you a master. And I'm making sure that I remain a master of this skill. Ah, wait,